Afternoon, dear students. Wish you all a very happy New Year. And today, we today I'm going to continue the sixth lecture of Indigenous Knowledge in Food Processing Technology. I hope you all have studied the previous discussions. You have gone through the discussions, and it is very interesting to think on how to mechanize those things, and please try to get something new by reading the related articles and books, and also you can ask the knowledgeable persons in your area, and you can discuss the indigenous food processing techniques, knowledge, and food products, all these things with your grandparents and your parents and your neighbors. So it's very interesting area. So uh, you can read some books also, then you can get more knowledge on the indigenous technologies. In the last lecture, we have discussed fermentation and toddy vinegar, like fermented food products. I suppose you can remember the differences in between toddy and vinegar, and how to control the natural fermentation. Those people have used some sort of plant materials, leaves, barks, like some naturally available things to control fermentation. I would like to ask a question from you. So you know the fermented food products are very popular among all age categories, especially when it comes to yogurt and wines, like products are available, highly popular products. So the people at that time they have used, so as we discussed, they have used some plant materials according to their knowledge and experience, based on their previous experiences. Actually, that is belongs to indigenous knowledge. But nowadays we know how to use such materials based on their knowledge, based on the things available in books and some gossips neither. But that is belongs to traditional knowledge. So if it is an indigenous knowledge, if it is indigenous knowledge, so they are, so for that uh, we are we are come up with it, come up with our previous experience. So the fermentation is one of the very important topics we have discussed here. So nowadays, the value addition is one of the hot topics in the world. So we can develop more products, fermented food products, by controlling the fermentation stages, right? As an example, toddy and vinegar, right? If we stop fermentation, then we can get crickle or jaggery. If we start fermentation, let two microbes to grow, then it will start fermentation, and first we can get toddy, then uh, with the time, then toddy will convert into vinegar, right? Likewise, in wines also you can control fermentation and get some products. We can get so many food products. You may heard nowadays in China-like countries, they have so many value-added food products. Uh, they have a drink called kombucha. It is a tea-based drink, little fermented one. Alcohol percentage is around 1%, right? Then we had a discussion with them. So in Sri Lanka also, some people try to do this product called kombucha. It is a very popular food product, uh, low alcoholic product. So likewise, different products are available. So you can refer these such products, and you can download images and processing methods also. And I propose, if you can, sometimes you have question you may have a question. What is the importance of learning indigenous knowledge, right? So it's available. It's like just like history. So that's wrong. So everything has started with the history, right? So it is very important to learn the technologies available in those days, right? So today also we are going to discuss some important areas, Atua, Varua, Duma, Bisa like. Especially we use these things are again very common things, commonly available. Knowledge also commonly available in the society. But some technologies are there. So I am going to discuss some important technologies that they have used to develop this type of grain storage systems. Especially Atua-like systems they have developed to store their grains. But nowadays what happened? We have uh, high-tech storage systems. In Sri Lanka also, in the last few days, we could see some information regarding the paddy storage, right? And there we have some storage areas, government storage areas, and private sector also they have some vessels. So, but the problem is there. Still, we have some problems in storage. But those days, the indigenous people they have used such structures, simple structures, to preserve their grains, especially for grains. Atua, Varu, and Duma, Atua, Varu, and Bis. And Duma means you know what is Libokka, Lipper, Duma. Those things are also available in traditional houses. Still, we can see these tools and setup in traditional kitchens. So I'm going to discuss the technologies and important things of these indigenous designs. So if you have more knowledge, if you know something new and something, if you have some contacts related to these products to get the technologies, so please let me know. Then we can do this discussion. Very interesting, right? So Bissa is one of the very famous one. So that's therefore I am going to start with VBissa, and we can use the same structure to store several types of grains, right? The VBissa is commonly situated as a the people they have prepared VBissa inside the house or outside the house. We can't see VBC inside the house, right? Most commonly, it is available as an outside structure, right? Basically, it's an outside structure, right? And they have used some plant materials here to develop VBC and some clay. All these things are naturally available things, right? So we can get these things without paying money. So all these things are available in the environment. Nowadays it's difficult, but those days they have all these things, they are available. It is actually a unique shape, right? It is actually a unique shape, Nathan. You know the shape of VBC, but as an example, you will have assignment. You will have an assignment to develop a VBC. Then we will supply all the raw materials and all these things and ask you to develop a VBC, right? You are going to develop a VBC for as an assignment. So then what will happen, right? Now we have the image. This is the image. This is the shape of VBC. We know everything, right? Then we are going to copy that image and the structure available in our mind and convert the image into a product. It is very easy. And think on that. I will give some raw materials to you and ask you to prepare a structure to store grains. Then assignments, all the course units you have assignment. Per semester you have around 20 assignments. So I know personally how to do the assignment. You just copy the word and paste it to Google and get something, and copy these things and write, paste into a A4 sheet, and change the colors and font sizes, everything, and submit it to the particular lecture. Right? That is the situation in Sri Lanka and in our university system. But in such assignment, we are not going to pay our attention neither. In sometimes I can ask you to develop a grain storage structure, then you will do something and prepare a box type thing, or very easily develop assignments. We always think on shortcuts. There are very good students, so commonly, basically, we can see. We also did the same things when we in universities when we studying those things. So that is actually a nature. So no worries. So I just wanted to explain that there are technologies, right? There are technologies, right? Here you can see the particular, the very, you can see different shapes. If somebody asks us to develop this one, then we will do so. We will develop a box type or easily develop a structure. We will do it very easily. But those days, that people they have think the shape. They have that knowledge, the importance of the shape, right? Unique structure. And there is a base, there are walls and roof, right? The ultimate objective of this design is to prevent pest attacks. And in this structure, you can see the base, right? Base is there, and the structure is there, and roof also there, to avoid from natural disasters, right? To avoid from natural disasters, especially to avoid moisture. And nowadays still we have flooding, right? You can see still we are donating money from the government to rebuild their house, but those people get those funds and develop their houses in the same place. Then the next flood is, then the next time also our house will flood. Yeah, then again we are going to ask for any fund from the government. The government also paying again and again, but we don't pay our attention to prevent such disasters. But those days they had the knowledge to prevent disasters, facilitate for proper ventilation, right? Ventilation is very important, right? If we store grains in a cabin, then grains means it's a live thing. There are so many biological reactions. So the reactions will continue. As a result of that, temperature will increase. Normally, basically, what happened when we store some grains in a cabin, in a pot, normally the temperature increases, right? Then what happened to the quality? It will decrease. So therefore, the ventilation is very important to maintain the temperature. So if we increase the temperature, then when we increase the temperature by 10 degrees of Celsius, then the reaction rate will be doubled. So therefore, the grain quality will be decreased. So temperature maintenance is very important. For that, ventilation should be there. And inside temperature maintenance also very important to prevent its growing and to prevent the quality reduction and color changes also there. You can do this experiment in your home. Take a pot and take few pots and insert some grains and then check its quality with different temperature conditions. Then you can get different results, right? And to get sufficient space to store their produce, right? To get the sufficient space, we know how many lands we have, right? We have 10 acres. So from 1 acre, the harvest is around 1000 kilos. So 10 acres, we have to calculate the harvest and prepare the structure based on the results. So if not, we can go for several structures. Instead of having one visa, then we can develop several visas. FIFO method also used. FIFO means first in, first out. In VBISA, you can see they have practiced different technologies to store grains, and then the first 10 first grains, the grains received, the grains will receive per year, there are 2 times. Then we can store these grains separately. Then first stored grains we can use to eat or to sell. Then after that, we can go for the grains stored after the first one, right? Then first in, first out, right? They have used the margosa leaves. What is the importance of using margosa? You know what is margosa now? It is there are so many health benefits, and we use margosa, or in Sinhala we call it as pohomba, as a pest repellent, naturally available. What do you call it? We use it to remove and it will provide a natural barrier for microbes and also some pests. So those days, the people, they have used such medicinally and medicinally important leaves. And the structure, you can see the structure, right? We visa, and they have used this visa to store basic, especially for paddy and several other grains you can store in the same structure. And you can divide the structure into several areas, and then we can store different types of grains, right? And those days, the people, they have used Puratia and Neraminia, basically, to develop this structure. Puratia sticks and Neraminia were creepers, right? What is the importance of using this type of raw materials? Especially, this is food grade, foods are available inside, and the pest to avoid pests are again important, and the strong structure should be there. So based on their requirements, the indigenous people have used Puratia sticks and Neraminia creepers to develop this structure. Also, those vines have been heated over fire. Heated over fire, for what is the purpose of heating? It is difficult to handle. Banana leaf, before wrapping something, we basically clean the banana leaf and heat over a flame. Then what happens? The structure will change, and there is a nice smell also, and it is easy. It can easily handle, right? All the vines have been heated over fire to remove moisture and to made into strings, and thereafter processed wine converted to strings to tie the frame of VBC. Height of the VBC is about 5 to 6 feet. Feet is important. After made the structure, chunks and mud have been inserted into the spaces of the wooden frame. There is a wooden frame and basically we use chunks and mud. Bamboo structure are also commonly used to develop this type of VBC. And the roof, there is a roof. I will show you the images again with ilup or piduru. And it is easily movable, right? Easily removable and movable, right? For what? To get the grains out. There is a ladder to climb across the VBC to open it when they, right? You can see here the structure of VBC. 2-3 feet base is there. They have used stones, hard stones, and sometimes hard wood materials to develop this foundation and basement. You can see the basement. The height is around 2 to 3 feet. What is the purpose of that? What is the purpose of this basement? It should be stronger one. And in the other hand, to prevent natural disasters and to prevent external hazards, right? Animals will come and damage. So to avoid these things and some flooding, water issues also there. So to avoid these issues, they have previously identified issues and developed their structure by adhering to the natural disasters to avoid the natural disasters, right? With a view to store their grains and their harvest for a long time. Then the shape is again important, right? Shape, you can see an interesting shape. If we develop this structure, then we will do it very easily, rectangular shape or easy design. But the people who has found this VBC, they have developed this design structure with a unique shape to avoid pest attacks. You can see it is very difficult to climb any animal from here to here, the shape, as a result of the shape, right? And to avoid the shape, avoid the space in between roof and wall. Nowadays, in food processing factories, you can see, and your home also you can see, there is a space in between the wall and the roof, right? Then the animals and pests will come to inside to the home through this hole, through this space. And here you can't see any space, right? And especially no sharp edges, right? Sharp edges are, if there is a sharp edge එකක් කියන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ දකිනවා අපේ ගෙවල් තියෙන මුල්ලක් කියලා අපි කියන්නේ. So it is very difficult to remove dust. නේද? You have that experience. You should have. If we have any sharp edge, then it is very difficult to clean that area. And food soil will be there. Food soil will be contaminated and accumulated at that area. To avoid that, in the VBC, you can't see any sharp edge, right? Instead of using kohomba, magosa, they have some people, in some designs, they have used kaduru, dehi and nika leaves, right? You know, kaduru is toxic plant material, but they have used this type of leaves with a view to protect their grains, their harvest from pests and animals and microbes also, right? Then we can do more research activities based on the chemical structures and chemicals available in this type of leaves. What are the importance? Not other functional properties chemicals available in such leaves and plant materials, and we can find more reasons. Right? And the space is very important. This is space also used to facilitate the moisture intake. You know, in our home also we have the roof, and in this end you can see 2-3 feet external area adjacent to the roof to remove the moisture. If it is a rainy time, then you know the moisture and the water will come into the house. To prevent that, adjacent part is there. Here also you can see the area with the around 2-3 feet space. Internal and external layer made from humus matte. Right, humus matte. I hope you all know humus matte. Clay. It is a type of different types of clay, and basically we use clay. And humus matte is the texture of humus matte. It will be different, right? To avoid pest attacks and moisture absorbance, and also to get a very sharp surface. Similarly, to facilitate temperature control due to the very small pores in the particles of humus matte. And the texture, outer and inner texture is very smooth. Why is that? Then again, it is very difficult to climb through these walls. Right? For pest attack is very commonly available issue for grain storage. Then they have used very sharp walls to avoid pest attacks, and some animals also it is very difficult to climb through these walls. And to avoid moisture absorbance, right? They have used humus matte to avoid the pest attacks because the pore sizes are very small. Because the humus matte is a harder clay, type of clay. It's very hard, and the pore sizes are very thin among the clay particles. So moisture absorbance is very low, right? And the shape of this roof is very important. What is the purpose of the shape of the roof? To avoid the to maintain the temperature inside, right? This side we have grains. So as a result of the grains, the temperature will increase. Then parallelly, the air temperature will also be increased. So it is nowadays we can use exhaust fans, but those days they don't have the type of electronic exhaust fans. So they used to develop this structure with this particular shape. Then, as a result of the Bernoulli's principle, I think it's familiar, Bernoulli's principle, right? We use Bernoulli's principle in flight departure, right? අපි aircraft උඩ Bernoulli principle එකේ හින්දා. And in some spray guns, you can see how to work it. Then in this type of systems, the wind is very high. The wind rate is velocity is very high, right? Very high in this area. So in the internal structure, we have the air temperature in this at the bottom. Then when we store grains for few days, the temperature will increase. Then you know the hot air will move from this end to this end, right? This end to this end, the high pressure inside. But here, according to Bernoulli's principle, the pressure is low. Then what happened? The roof will be displaced. That's what happened in some what do you call in some days you can see the wind is very high, the wind velocity is very high, then roofs will displace in our houses, and you can see what happens. So this is the principle, right? The air pressure is very high, air velocity is high, then automatically pressure difference is there. And as a result of that, the roof or the this structure will be displaced. To avoid that, we have used this shape. Then what happens? According to the Bernoulli's principle, hot air will move from here to here, from the bottom to the top, and hot air will be circulated from inside the cabin to the outside. Then it is easily we can maintain the pressure, right? Easily we can maintain the pressure, right? Here you can see the structure, how to develop it. In Sinhala, you can see the wooden structures are there, and basically we use paddy for storage, and you can see how to develop the VBs, and there are different shapes, right, to avoid pest attacks and to get the maximum space. And the roof shape is almost similar. The important is it should be movable and should be removable, and to avoid moisture intake, water intake, and the space is there again to avoid pest attacks and moisture intake. And Bernoulli principle is there, then internal air circulation will be easily happen. And the ladder, and how to remove the roof, and you can see that that guy he is going to bring, is going to take some grains from this. And here also you can see how to get the grains. That's why it is very important to have a movable roof. Right? Then Atua, right? Atua. Have you heard that word, Atu? Any experience? You don't have Atua? Visa, I think you know Visa. And the technologies of Visa is now clear. And what is Atua? Right? There are around 9 people. So Atua is also a traditional indigenous system. It's also used to store their grains. This is actually an inside structure available in the house. But the Bisa is actually an outside structure. The applications are almost similar to storage grains, especially for paddy. You can see some pictures here, Atua, and the basement of that Atua. Here again, there is a around 2-3 feet distance to avoid pest attacks and to avoid from natural disasters. Right? Built above the ground on 4 rocks called Atukaru, it's just called as legs, prevent seeds grain from rodents, insects, and also from climate changes. Right? I think it's clear. Normally, hardwood types have been used for the base because grains are there. So the basement should be a rigid one. Right? Walls, soles tied with kirival, slats tied with kirival. Here they have used kirival, but for here they used Eraminia valve. Right? There are different raw materials. Spaces between slats are filled by clay balls. right? Slats will filled by clay balls. Then petal and dough are applied on the walls. There are several cabins inside the atua to store different types of grains. Then we can use the same atua for different grades to store different types of grains, because those days they have uh, their own farm and paddy field. So the harvest is different. Then we can store those grains in the same structure. Covered by roof made with wood. Outside of the walls polished by lime, and inside walls applied cow dung. Right, lime you can see this lime, right? Lime means hunu. Inside we have slats are there, clay balls. Slat means the structure, and rectangle shaped stones we call it as atu karu. Atu karu, right? Then you can see the shape. This is actually a rectangular shape structure. The outside basically lime coated wood, and wooden structure also you can see, and the inside you can see clay and powder, right? I hope it's clear. This is actually a wooden one. There are they have used different raw materials, woods and clay. Initially, we have discussed about clay-based one, right? Here you can see a wooden atu, and it is important to use hardwood types like jackwoods, right? You can see here hardwood types again to avoid pest and environmental attacks from the environment, external environment, right? Right. I think again, Atu is clear. Then you can develop some modern grain storage systems by using the knowledge you have gained through these indigenous designs, right? Basically, you can see the distance here and here, and the size of the structure and the raw materials they have used, how to control the internal temperatures. So then you should understand it is critical to maintain the inside temperature to get the products with high quality. So if you are going to design a new one, modern one, you have to follow, you have to study the previous design, right? Then Duma and Dumas, and we sometimes we call it as Libbok and Duma, Dumadua, there are similar words. Right above the Libbok, situated in traditional kitchens, it is actually a dark area. I think you all have this experience. In the traditional kitchens, they have this wooden structure above the what do you call the stove, right? Kitchen hearth or stove, right? Dark area, dark area, black color is there. So the energy will absorb easily and retain there. It is easily the temperature will absorb and retain for a long time, right? And here smoking is there, heat is again there, right? Two factors are there, smoking and heating. As a result of the temperature of the we call the burners and the smoke of the wood, together they will protect the food items. Either for processing and storage, fish and meat-based products such as dried fish, moldy fish, dried meat, honey, some grains, spices, even wash clay pots. A proper stacking system is there. Here again, first in, first out. And ground layer, you can see fresh food products. This, I will show you diagram. Here you can see, right? This is actually lip. අපි කියන්නේ මේක ලිප කියලා සිංහලෙන්. ඒතර මේක උඩින් තමයි දුම තියෙන්නේ. Here you can see, right? දුම. ඒතර මේ දුමේ යට එල්ලන්නත් පුළුවන් මොනවා හරි උඩින් දාන්නත් පුළුවන්. It is actually a dark area. මේ විතර බලන්න පුළුවන් වට එල්ලලා තියෙන එක කියද. මේ ගෝනෙට දාලා. Then smoking is there, heating is there. නේද? රස්නෙත් තියෙනවා, දුමත් තියෙනවා. So as a result of that, the food items can be preserved for a long time. Phenol and wood smoke is there. Then phenol and other phenolic compounds in wood smoke are both antioxidants, and it help to slow down the rancidity of fat and bacterial growth. So as we discussed, there are two factors: temperature and the smoke. So in the natural smoke, we have very important aromatic, very important compounds such as phenolic compounds and some antimicrobials, right? So as a result of the rancidity will also controlled, right? And slow down the bacterial growth, microbial growth also slow down. Other antimicrobials consist in wood smoke, such as formaldehyde, acetic acid, and some organic acids will also provide wooden smoke under low pH value is there. So you know, preferred pH is around 7 for microbes. Here, as a result of this smoke, you can see the pH, it is around 2.5. So as a result of that, microbial growth also control currently, right? Due to smoking process, some carcinogenic compounds may trap and produce inside the food, such as polyacrylic, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons and acrylamides. So there are some natural toxins available in the firewood smoke. So we can't use any wood material. So the indigenous knowledge is very important in selecting this type of wooden materials, right? Right? Duma is again very low in cost, and they have utilized the space above their burners area. So it is there are so many important things. You can see Duma, and stacking system is there, and first in first out technique also there, right? මේක එක දේවල් එල්ලන්නත් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්, stack කරන්නත් පුළුවන්, right? Lip bokka, you can see lip bokka means this one. Lip bokka කියන්නේ මේකට, right? Cooking area එක, right? And just above it, the mess is there. Then we can hang some from food items here, especially mace, badiru වගේ දේවල් මේක එල්ලලා තියන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ ගෙදරත් ඇති. And the wooden structure, we call it as masser, and just above to the masser, we can store food items, right? The storage pattern is again important. Then the new food products in this area, and with the time we can shift from here to here. අලුතෙන්ම food එකක් දානකොට යටටම දානවා. මොකද නැත්තම් මේ වේලිච්චේ වගේත් moisture එක absorb වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක නිසා අපි අලුතෙන් දානවා දාන්නේ. තුම්මැස් යටට ඊට පස්සේ අපි step by step change the pattern. Another structure is Varua. Again, it is a indigenous grain storage method. It is also an inside in-house structure. And some people, uh, especially in other countries, not in Sri Lanka, some underground storage can also be seen. This is the ground level, you can see the underground level. Underground level, and the shape is there, right, to maintain the airflow and inside temperature. Right? This is also a similar example. Right? These are the things I wanted to explain today. So we have discussed some very important topics today: Atua, Varua, Duma, and Vibisa. So all the most of the structures they have used to store grains, and Duma it is a different one. Then smoke is there and temperature is there. So as a result of that, we can preserve, we can add value to food items by using these techniques. And the designs are important. The raw materials, how to select the raw materials are again important. So there are some important things. Then you can get their knowledge. You can interview the people and grab the knowledge they have and techniques they have applied. Right? Questions? Okay. Then please go through these lectures and the structures we have discussed today, and imagine and comment on these structures based on your experiences and ideas and knowledge. These are my comments, right? Then you can think on the structure. This is actually a wrong thing. Likewise, you can comment based on your experience, right? How to develop these structures. Then this type of it is useless to use this roof. Then we have an idea to develop this roof. Likewise, you can comment on the structures with your knowledge, right? Okay, thank you very much for joining today. I will upload the presentation and the video. If you have any question, you can contact me. Okay, thank you very much.